Hi, everyone. Thank you for being patient. We will get started in just a second. All right, so welcome today. We are covering designing with Canva, and our presenter will be Jerry Deniston. She is a business analyst with Maricopa Small Business Development Center. And so Jerry, I am going to turn it over to you. I would like to say that we are recording this. This will be on our website no later than end of day tomorrow. And if you have any questions during this, please put them in the chat. Thank you.
Great, thank you, Karen. I'm going to just share my screen. We're going to start with a PowerPoint, and then we'll go directly to Canva and do some demonstration. So, are you seeing my screen? It's a little slow, and I got an error message, which was weird. Let me stop sharing. Technical difficulties here. Let me try this again.
Jerry, I was able to see your screen then.
You were? Okay, I got an error message when I did the screen share, so that was weird. I need to make sure I'm going to share the correct screen.
There you go.
Okay, so you're seeing this. I just don't have my presenter controls, but I think I can move forward with this anyway. So let's see. Nope. Okay, let me stop sharing. Let me do this differently. I'm sorry, I apologize, everybody. This is for becoming a bit of a challenge here. So let me do something a little differently over here. And let me Are you able to see the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
You are. Okay. My view is very different from yours, which is the conundrum I'm having. So bear with me, folks, but we are here to talk about designing in Canva. And before we get started, I just want to give you a little bit of background on Maricopa SBDC for those of you who may not already be clients of the Small Business Development Center. We are the lead center out of 10 in the state of Arizona. There are about 1,000 SBDCs across the country, and Maricopa SBDC is located in Maricopa County, obviously. We've got about 15 counselors. We are hosted by Maricopa County Community College District and also funded by the Small Business Administration. So all SBDCs are funded by the SBA, the federal SBA, and usually hosted by a community college or a university. And then we also have a really great partnership with the Arizona Commerce Authority. and we do a lot of sharing of resources, which helps all of our clients. I'll tell you a little bit more about SBDC and how you can gain access to counseling when we're at the end of this webinar. So let's just get started. Karen said, I'm Jerry Deniston. I'm certified business advisor. I've got more than 30 years of marketing in my career, with the last 20 years being focused on digital marketing. And with me today is Ree Lindegren. She is the owner of Dances with Tech, which is a multimedia and digital design creative firm. She melds technology with performing arts. So it's really a cool a blending that she provides. And she's also a really good designer and does a lot of video. And in addition to that, she's also the visiting professor for dance and media at ASU. So Ree is going to join me, and once I get through these slides, then she's going to be demonstrating most of the tools that you'll see in Canva. We're going to talk first about pricing plans, because they're different things. I'm going to be showcasing the pro version, not the free version. I'm going to show a little bit about how you can get around Canva for those of you that are new, and then I'll hand it off to Ree. So first of all, you can use Canva for free, and it's a phenomenal tool to use for marketing purposes. And just, really a wealth of availability for you to access, all for free. You can also invite up to 5 people to collaborate with you. So you can share designs and work together as a team in the free version. You just don't get access to the pro templates and the pro images as you're working in there. You'll see, I'll show you that, or maybe, and it's the little gold crown that you see here. If on any template, as you're wandering around Canva, you see a little gold crown on an image or a template, you'll know that's the pro version. So if you're in the free version, you would not have access to it unless you paid for that. It's really worthwhile because you get the brand kit. I'm going to show you some of that, the branding, and for that. Canva now has what used to be called Enterprise. It's called Canva for Teams, and that's $300 a year for the first 5 people. So you get everything in Canva free and pro, plus a whole slew of other capabilities here for that. So when you log into Canva, if you are new to Canva, and you just log in, you're going to end up on this page, which is your dashboard. And right now I'm going to stop sharing the PowerPoint. I'm going to go to Canva, and hopefully this will not be do a new share here. And let's see. So now I'm going to just show you some of the navigation on Canva, and then I'll hand it off to Ree. So when you log in, and this is my own personal pro version of Canva, you'll see this menu bar here, which has a variety of tools. So visual documents and whiteboards and presentations. This is one way that you can quickly get to a template you're looking for by just pulling down or floating your cursor over these, and you'll see Canva for Business, all the different solutions, the resources available. There's a great tab here for education. This is free for educators, for colleges, for universities, for schools, for professors, and for students. Canva is free, and I think you get access to the pro versions of Canva at no charge if you're part of education. And then this just gives you the different plans and pricing that we talked about. And then they have this, great learning opportunities. So they can show you through videos and demonstrations how to do some things, make flyers, create a logo, that sort of thing. And they have even their design school. They do contests from time to time. Another way is you can simply just dive in and type something into the search bar. Facebook birthday party invitation. These are some of the things that have been done recently. Website header mock-up, whatever. It's just bringing up what I've worked on before. But that's another, you can just put in Instagram post. right? That would be another way to quickly get to what you're doing, or you can explore. This For You button is based on what you've done in the past. Canva says, well, you've done those kinds of images. Maybe you'd like to do something else here. The Docs gives you all a wide variety of Word and different documents that you can work on. The whiteboard is great if you're going to collaborate with other people and you want to do a brainstorming or some kind of collaborative team environment. You can use their whiteboard feature for that. You can do a presentation like a PowerPoint. You can actually present from Canva. That's another, and they've got some great templates here. Obviously, all the social media posts that you could possibly want, plus the headers. I would recommend if you're updating your LinkedIn, your Facebook, your Instagram cover images, you go to Canva because the templates are there and the sizes, you don't have to worry about resizing. Videos, and I think Ree's going to demonstrate some of this. You can actually do some video editing in Canva. And of course, a variety of print products. Anything that you create in Canva, you can also choose to have Canva print. And I recently learned that it's actually less expensive to have business cards printed by Canva than to have them printed on something like Vistaprint. I don't know if you take them to a local printer, there might be an advantage there, but anyway, it's you can do that. This is another new feature we aren't going to get into today, but you can actually build a website in Canva. And there's so much more. So all of your projects live here under this tab. So anything that you've created is going to be under projects. Your templates, if you've created any, are going to be here also. And then if you want to get back to wherever you're going, you just click on back to home. It'll take you right back there. And the other thing that I really like about the Pro version is the Brand Hub, because now you can upload your logo, your clients' logos, and it identifies the colors. So this is really useful for branding purposes. Everything you create, you want to make sure you're using the right colors. It gives you the hex codes right here. So you know you've got exactly the right colors, and you can set the fonts, right? You can set your title, your subtitle, your headings, all of that. So for anything that you create in Canva, you go to that brand kit, you set your fonts ahead of time, you've got your colors, and it'll automatically bring those up. And that's a really important feature so that you're consistently branding across everything that you're doing, all your marketing pieces and anything that you create online. Let me go back to home here. Obviously, it's got a lot of, you can create templates, your brand templates and controls. So I am going to turn it over to Ree now. That's the basics of the navigation here. But I'm going to turn this over, stop sharing, turn it over to Ree, let her share her screen, and then she can demonstrate for you.
Thanks, Jerry. That was great. All right. So I'm going to. And can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, great. So as Jerry was saying, the Canva is just a fantastic template design platform. And so I'm going to show you some of my tips and tricks for getting through Canva quickly and efficiently to create a whole a quick branding campaign or kit. And so what I like to do is just go up to create design, and then whatever I need to do for the day, I start with that. I personally always start with an Instagram square, a 1080 by 1080, because the 1-to-1 pixel ratio is something that is universal across almost every platform. And so then you can modify it and keep going from there. And so I went ahead and jumped into here we go, a We Are Hiring post, just to give you some quick inspiration, because I know this is something that people might be thinking about. So first, in the design, I go up here and give it a name. So hiring campaign 2023. It always starts with this blank page here. And then I usually create a design from there. So let me just review some of the tools really quickly. So you have a duplicate page. So if I click that, I immediately get the same page. If I have a design that's already made and I hit duplicate, it really just exact copy. So you can make as many copies as you need of that specific design. So then I can, hold on, let me just check the chat. Okay, great. If there's anything, if Jerry or Karen, you could call out, I can't see the chat right now in my current screen. So just let me know if there's something urgent that you.
Yeah, we'll handle that.
Okay, great, thanks. So again, this is the duplicate page. You can delete the page if you don't like it. So say, you know, duplicated it here, you don't need it anymore. Whoops, I delete that. It goes right away. I can lock this so that you can't make any edits to it. And the really cool thing about Canva is that you can lock each individual part of the design. So every single thing, so it doesn't get moved around, can be locked. And then I can easily unlock it. So say I want this hiring thing here, maybe I want to switch the location. I want this up top. Say we are hiring here, copywriting here. I can just go in and hit right click on it. And then there's more options for things. You can hit lock from here, or you can usually individually highlight the item and hit lock, and then it'll lock that individual part right there. And so this is, you know, just a really quick and easy tool to go through there. And again, I like to start with design. So in the left-hand corner of Canva, there are all of these tabs and you can customize them. So you can see that I've added in a video section because I work a little bit more in video, logos, and then specific project folders. So here I start with the design, and the design has tons and tons of templates that you can go through. So you can literally put in anything that you want. These are some things that, you know, I had looked at before. So I could type in job, hire, green, and give it a color. And then you can kind of see some different things that, you know, might be there. And then I can start from here and then slowly start to customize it for my business. So I can go over to the background color, I can change it to whatever I want. And again, this is why, as Jerry was saying, the branding kit or brand hub, I know they're renaming it, is so amazing, because then I just go in here, I can click whatever I need. And then I just click blue, say I want to change it to the blue, and then I'm staying true to my specific branding color, and play around with that. And then everything is totally drag, drop. You can hit delete or backspace on your keyboard. It goes away. You can hit Control Z, just like you would in any Word document, undo, redo. It's really flexible and really follows a pretty standard format in terms of, like, if you're used to using a Word document or any other drag and drop software platform, it follows that same model. What else? So then,
yes. I'm going to interrupt you because we had hoped we had disabled the raise hand, but apparently we've got 4 people who have their hands raised.
Okay, and, sure, go for it.
Julissa, you had a question. Karen had put it in the text is really blurry. Okay, so the text is blurring.
I can make my screen a bit smaller and see if that helps at all. But there's not, I'm not sure if it's a Wi-Fi connection issue, there might not be much.
It could be. Okay.
I'm not on the best network right now, so my apologies. I'm traveling. So
okay. Okay.
So is that any better?
A little bit better.
Okay,
but Rachel, yeah, some of the people are saying no, not so much.
Okay, let me do my entire
Sorry,
screen.
folks, we seem to be having some tech issues today.
It's just that time of the year. Okay, so if I minimize this, is that any better?
No, not really.
Okay. Oh boy.
Some people are saying no, but it's better for me, but I'm not sure why.
Okay, it could also be your connection. All of our Wi-Fi affects how we see the screen. So my apologies. Hopefully the recording is better, and you can always cross-reference the recording. I also invite you to just pull up canva.com, sign up now. I'm not trying to officially plug them, but you can follow along with me, right? Like in real time. So you could go to canva.com, create a quick account for free, and just follow along, and then you might be able to see it a little better. So so bear with me. Apologies if it's a little blurry, you can't see it perfectly. We are working with the technology that we have. So all right, let me keep going, moving through. All right, so again, these are the basic tools. So you have the design, there's tons and tons of layouts, all kinds of colors. You can look up different styles, different color palettes. So it'll change it for you automatically. You know, if you hit that, so say I want it green or vibrant, you can stick it to different, now it's just got green. You can see all of the layouts in green. And so what I like to do is collect a few different options. So say we are hiring, this is not my favorite color palette, I'm not gonna lie. So I'm gonna stick to the blue, and then go to back to design, and then find some other things that I think are really cool, or, you know, drawing in my eye. So if I look up job post, you can try different variations. Sometimes different keywords bring up different things. This is nice. So then from there, you can take either the color cards or the black and white. So say you want this background photo, don't love this white here, you can delete it, go up to here, take an element that you like. So I can right click and hit copy, go down here, right click and hit paste, or just Control V to paste. Oh, this is going to do that same thing again. Control V to paste. Sometimes it doesn't work, and you have to click on the thing itself, on the image itself, and then play with that, drag and drop, move different things around. So this is just to give you some ideas. You can also, if that's overwhelming, just take a design and say, this is great. We are hiring, join our team, go to your logos, put in, I'm currently using a client third space dance project, figured they wouldn't mind. And then play around with, maybe you need to edit the photo. And here, there's lots of options for like background removal, magic eraser, magic edit. Each of these do different things. But what I'm looking for is a filter to make it a little bit lighter. So maybe I'll stick to here, change this background so that you can see it. Maybe to here, put this down, and then I just change each individual thing, right, that I need. So whatever you need to modify, you can do really easily in here. And I'm not going to go into too many details because there are actually a ton of tutorials and other things on Canva that can guide you through this. But I want you to see how easy it is to just get started. So it's really easy to jump in, create an image, find some things that you like, and then you can go and then resize them from there. Yes.
So a couple things. One, is there a possibility that others will have the same design schemes for logos, flyers, etc.? That would be one question that we've gotten.
Yes. So these are generic designs. So all of the designs in here, literally, if you have Canva, you will still see the same designs if you don't have Canva Pro. If you have the free version, it'll just say, I think it says like paid or something on top of it. So you can't access it. You could buy an individual design, but you will see the exact same thing that you're seeing on mine. I haven't noticed the design, like the AI doing anything particular for my kinds of designs in general. So
well, plus if you're customizing it, then
Mhm.
you're changing, you may be changing the font, you may be changing
Right.
the positioning, you'll be
Right.
changing the color. So you're customizing and really making it your own.
Right.
So there's another question about, can you eliminate background noise in a video? We haven't gotten to the video section.
Sure, we haven't
here,
gotten to the videos. Let's hold that. I'll try to make sure that we get to a little bit of video. Not really. My disclaimer for video on Canva is it's very, very limited. I will give Canva credit. They are continually designing new add-ons and implement like different tools that you can use all the time. So I feel like maybe if there's enough people requesting it, they could do that. But for now, no, you can't clean up background noise. You can only do very minimal editing. So like you can do a little bit of trimming of the clip. You can add a little bit of a transition. You can put some music underneath, and they do have copyright-free music, which is fantastic, that you can put underneath, and you can change the volume levels between like a speaker or some, like room noise or room tone or people speaking there, and then the music, but that's it. So if you want to clean up background noise, you actually will need to get another program to do that. And that's a whole separate class. So Canva is great for, very limited things with video, but not very much. It is primarily a design tool. So it's fantastic for graphic design, for social media, for resizing images, which I was going to jump into next, unless there are any other questions. Yeah.
Just one, if you would just slow your pace down a little bit.
Sure. I
You're
talk
going
very fast. I
yes,
know.
you're moving fast on the screen, which makes it really hard for people to follow. Where's the cursor and what are you doing? And so
sure.
Just, I mean, it's great. It's great, but just slow it down a little
Okay. All right.
Thanks.
So I'm just going to show you some samples because that's a little bit easier. So this is
I'm going to interrupt one more time. Sorry.
Okay.
If you could also show how to create a logo and also show how to bring in the elements, the frames, so that you can create the logo in the right size.
Okay. I will do my best to get to all of the things. We have a lot to get to today. So if I
know,
don't get to it, do know that there are tons and tons of tutorials, again, on Canva, on YouTube, all over the internet. Canva is a very popular platform. So if I don't get to your exact question today, know there are tons of resources and you're not alone. And you can also reach out to me. We can set up a session. I can help you, guide you through. We can figure out different things. So there are options, right, for supporting for Canva, but we might not get to everything today because it's a big platform for lots of design needs. So that's my disclaimer. Okay, so this is an example of a basic design that I created for the same client, Twilight Fringe Dance Project. And in here, this is just a background image and then a frame. And so the other thing in the design is there's all of these elements. They have lines and shapes. They have graphics, stickers, photos. They also have in-house videos, tons of like sample footage that you can use. There's charts, there's tables, frames, and grids. And so this is just a photo frame. So if you can search for whatever you want, but if I said frame, great, that's here. I click on it and then it appears there. And so I can delete this one. I can make this bigger, smaller, whatever I need to resize it, put it in the middle. And then from there, I would go into my photos folder and then drag and hover the folder on to drop it in to make it look like this. So if I go into my projects and then say photos here, and then I grabbed an image that I've already uploaded, and then it's there. And this stays as is. And then there's lots of different options you can do with that photo. You can change it, do different, copy, paste, lots of different things that you can do with the photo itself. And then the other thing that I really wanted to highlight in here is the position option. So there's two different ways in Canva. Think of it as there's like kind of for people who are visual and they want to see it this way, or no, it's all visual, but there's two different ways that you can look at it. So you can either drag and move things around to put the layers behind. So now you can see the stars kind of came forward in the image. Or I can take this, put it in front. So I'm going to do much right now. But so this is a really nice tool that you can use to move things around just like visually, but you can also do it manually. So you can right click and say, there's usually a position to go forward. Having trouble, there's lots of things on my screen. Okay. align to page, you can do left, center, oh, layer here. So then I can send backwards, send it back, or I could bring to front or bring forward if it wasn't already forward. And there are shortcuts that you can use. So you can do this manually by right clicking on it. Again, I'm right clicking with my mouse. I'm scrolling down to the layer button, and then I'm sending backwards, forwards, whichever direction I need. Or I can just go to this position and then drag it and do the same thing. So that's what I mean by there's two different ways to look at it. So that is like a quick, I wanted to quickly build this so that you could kind of get an idea of how you could build out a design. And so then I need to put all the vital information in, right? So I've taken this text here. And if I go up to this text element over here, you can, this is again where your branding comes in handy. So I could take a subheading, body text. I could go in here, you know, type Mesa Art Center, choose whatever font that I like up here, tons of different font options. And then from here, I can drag it this way. And then there's also vertical text options. So you can change the way the text is layered or laid out. Position. So there's, yeah, so there's different ways to go here. Then I can take this backdrop here, copy, hit paste, play with the elements in different ways. So you can create it, you know, however you want. And then again, this is in the back. I want to bring it forward. So I'm going to bring it forward, highlight it in different ways. And so it's just a matter of building in the layers really slowly but surely. I found this cool background photo. If I went into elements and then I typed in the selected photos, and then I said desert. And then you can see what comes up. If I find something I like, I select it, bring it in. Oops, it also will hide in there. It likes to move in there. So then I can hit position, again, bring it behind, create that layering. So you can see I'm just gradually building in layers. And so it takes a little bit of time to get it down, but it's not hard. It's just a matter of dragging and dropping. And so you can kind of start to see like how I eventually would build this out and play with different fonts, different spacing, different color formats, add in the logo here. It's just a gradual process of building it in. And so from there, then I start to play with resize. So if I go up to this button here and hit resize, you can put it in any format that you want. So say I took this and now I want to make it a Facebook cover. This is my favorite part of Canva, is that they have all the sizes for you. So every time Facebook decides to resize something, you don't have to memorize the sizes. Canva already knows what they are. And so then it's a matter of just dragging and dropping and resizing it however you need for this, this size for your Facebook cover. So then you can just keep building it out that way. Yeah, so that's all you need to know for anything that you want to do. And so then you can take the same brand, you can drop in videos. So these are videos that are, you know, like playing in there. Then you can keep resizing it. You can make a poster. You can resize it for a different kind of Instagram square. So there's all these ways that you can build out from this initial square. So this maybe this we are hiring post. I'll go back to this one. If I hit resize and say, now I want to make a Facebook cover. I always hit copy and resize and not just resize unless you only want one version of the same thing. If I hit resize, it's going to resize the original post and then I won't have that any longer. I can also hit Control Z, I believe, or you can hit undo, or maybe not. Resize. You can take it back to the original Instagram square post if you need to resize it from there. Then you're gonna have to drag and drop everything to resize. But so that's why I don't like to do that. But if you hit copy and resize, So let's take another one here. Hold on. So we're doing this, we are hiring here. Resize. And then I hit Facebook cover, and then I hit copy and resize. This means that now I have both versions and they're saved. So I have both the Instagram version, the 1x1 square that you can also use for Facebook or Twitter or any other sizes that you need. And then I have this cover page here that I can do. And then it's just a matter of resizing for each one that you need it for. I haven't found, this would be a great point for AI to come in and auto resize it for me. And I think there are some options to do that in other platforms, but not in Canva yet, to the best of my knowledge. So I would manually need to, like drag it, resize it, then I can hit lock. So I'm locking this content. I'm grabbing this. Unlocking it. I can drag all of that over to here. And pull that in different ways. So just a matter of gradually resizing it. And that's not too bad. Right. And so then you have a cover for Facebook. And so then you can keep doing that. You can hit resize. You can say you want a poster.
Yes. Would you show how you can also group and ungroup text?
Yes.
That's a really useful feature too.
Thank you. Yes. So I can highlight, say these that I want to stay together, and then I hit group. So it'll automatically bring up this little bar that asks me if I want to group it or ungroup it. And so now when I bring this text around, I've also grouped it to this. So now I want to ungroup this. You stay down there. I'm going to lock that so it doesn't move with me. And now I also might need to move this. Having lots of technical details today. It's fine. All right, so grabbing this.
Yeah, you just have to be careful about what it is you're grabbing to make sure that it's not grabbing the layers below, because
yes, you can see it. Well, my mouse is also struggling right now, so
yeah,
having a double issue. Okay,
right.
So I'm going to unlock this, but you can see that these are already grouped together here. This might be better. Let me go to position. Sometimes the position layer here. So again, I just went up, I clicked here, and position comes up. So whenever I click on a group of text, it gives me options to animate it. So I could, if I was going to do a video or a GIF, I have all these options to have cool intros, exits, other options, or position. And so now I can see that this is locked, which is part of my issue. Okay, click. Unlock, please. Oh, maybe I need to highlight all of them. Okay, just having struggles today. I'm gonna.
That's okay. I think you've
Move
done.
on.
I think we've seen. Yeah, I think we
move on for the sake of time. So apologies.
Right, we've got a good idea. There's a question. There is a question here about how to add music to designs and videos.
Okay. I see you all. I see you all as very excited in the video content. So I'm just going to quickly let you know that you can do business cards. If we have time, I can jump into those today, but I see lots of questions about the video world. So Canva does have decent video options. I can jump into this quickly to kind of review. What I will say is this is a pre-made template. So just again, in your design section up here, there's tons of video templates. Maybe this would be a good moment to get some questions from the audience, like what kind of video should I make? What are you thinking about in terms of how your video, how are you using video? What do you need to use video for?
Reels. So Instagram Reels and promo videos.
Promo videos for what kind of business?
Business consulting
Business consulting. Okay.
and interior design is another one. And training demos.
Training demos. Excellent. Okay. So let me just highlight what I just did there because it might have happened really quickly. So again, I already had a video ready to go. And that's because I went to home, I did create design, and then I looked up video. And then here you can see they give you different options for video sizes. 1920 by 1080 is standard. It's the main video type. You could do video collage, video message. Now, what we want to look for is to make sure that if it's going to be a vertical video, so it's going to be an Instagram story, we're going to actually look up Instagram story to make a vertical video. And here's where it could get a little bit tricky because if we pull up an Instagram video here, it has the same layout as here. So that's good. If you just create an Instagram story that's not a video, you can see that there is no timeline, the timeline on the bottom, like there is here to create your video. So make sure you don't mix those up because you have fewer options if you don't type in the video portion of it, because Canva recognizes that you want to make a video and this will make it a lot easier for you to edit. So let's look up like interior design. Great, there's tons of stuff. Let's find one that looks fun. This looks cool. We hit play. Can you all see the play happening? Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
We see things moving on the screen. Yes.
Great. So that's one way to do it, right? And then this is just another page. So it's going to go up and down to confuse you as you're like, I'm scrolling with a mouse up and down to do that, but you can just click on it and you can see it, and then you can drag and drop, you can rearrange them in the timeline any way that you need. And then if I go back here and say, I want to replace this, this is just like anything else in Canva. You can resize it. I'm not going to mess with it because it's already formatted it for me and I think it looks nice. So say I want to go to elements and I want to look up something that I could put in there for video, click see all. I could search fall couch. Actually, this already looks pretty fall. I feel like we've gotten, that didn't make a lot of sense. Yellow couch. Oh, look, there's a cute dog, but that's not really interior design. So, but for example, they have some sample videos here. You could upload sample videos. You could also insert images into the same thing. This is not really pulling what I thought it would do. Let me look up interior design, see what that brings. Much, much prettier. Okay. So here, say you wanted your clients to get this feel of what they look like in the space, get a sense that they're there. You could pull in a video here. You could, replace any of these images or videos with whatever you want. These are your colors. You can see they've used group to group them all together. So when you drag them and move them around, they're all right there. You can ungroup them. And then say I want to add a little bit of music onto the screen. I'm gonna have to move this around. I'm going to go to my elements and look up audio. This is like a secret feature of Canva that exists, but you have to look for it. And then I scroll over to audio up top. And then it's got a lot of different sounds. So then maybe it's see if you can hear. Okay, it's cute. It's a little cheesy,
Yeah.
but it's fine for now.
We heard
what
it.
we're
We
doing.
heard it.
Yeah, great. And so then here, I need to move this back down here. I don't know if you can see me moving around the Zoom bar, but I'm trying to see everything at once. You can see audio effects. And so you can have one timeline here. You could also add another separate track. Say I wanted a different track of audio here. So you can drop at least 2 or 3 different tracks of audio or music. So say you want a voiceover or something else, you can put all of that here. And again, this is like so much information that it could be a separate presentation by itself. But I go into here, I click on the audio that I want to change or modify. I go to audio effects. I can fade it in, which I recommend so you don't startle your viewers, and then fade out, which is just nice, just something nice to do for the people that are watching. And then you can adjust the volume here. Oh no, here, sorry. And then so you could pull up, you can see the waveforms getting bigger or smaller. So this would be pretty silent. This would be not as silent. You can also choose to apply to all audio tracks the same, so you have the same equal sound. That's definitely something to be aware of. Make sure your sound volume has equal levels, whatever you're playing. Yeah, I have other things we could say about that, but we'll leave it at that. So there you go, hit play. I don't think this music really fits this graphic, but we're just going to keep going with it. And so then here on the video itself, we can go in and add a transition, which is really cool. If you just hover over the in between this blank 5 second, this is like you can change this color to whatever you want. If you make it black, it's like a blackout dissolve. I would keep the color the same on either side, or if you're a person that wants pops of color, you could change that to something fun, bright blue, but then when you play it, right, so you can kind of see that it's gonna fade or transition that way. So then here, maybe you want more of a transition, you can hit plus, add a page, which will add the same 5 second transition page, or you hover again, and then it'll give you different options. So you could do a dissolve, you could do a slide, circle wipe, color wipe, line wipe, lots of fun options to transition things in and out. However, I would say to keep it really simple, either use a dissolve or use like a slide. I wouldn't, some of these they can look a little cheesy. So it depends on your business and what you're going for. Cheesy is sometimes great. So, cross dissolve is a pretty standard thing in the video industry. So, dissolves, it's added it to both sides. So now you have a nice transition. You can hear the fade, it's kind of long. So I'm gonna go ahead and just make that a lot shorter, like 8 seconds, maybe 5 seconds, because if this is really for an Instagram, like vertical story, you don't need a lot of time. You just need a quick transition. So let me go back. This is, again, bringing this here. I hit play.
Bree?
Yes.
I think if we could, this has been great. And people are loving this. If we could go back to logo and business cards.
Great.
That would be helpful.
Okay, so now video people, I hope you've gotten a little crash course on video. And now we're gonna switch over to business cards. So for this, if you go to create a new design, and I typed in business card, and then you can choose how you want landscape, whatever size. I like rounded corners. This is now a landscape business card. Again, design, they have tons of templates that you can use. So say you're a landscaping business, you can choose a bunch of different other designs. Once you click on the original, it'll bring up more options. So this is cool. You could do apply both pages, and now you have a front and a back. So they're already kind of there in the design, and then it's just a matter of modifying it. So then you can type in your information, email, address, any other details that you want to go in there. Say you don't like this image.
And slow down a little bit too, please.
Okay. The Zoom is hard. So then go to elements, type in landscape. And then maybe you want a photo instead of the image. Okay, let's do landscape design. Okay, that's better. And now we have some, that's kind of cool. That gives an image of like in progress making. And so maybe you had a in progress making on one side, and then on the other side, you had, the actual image of the yard, which clearly I'm not going to find in this particular place on Canva, but hopefully you're, like if you've done landscape for a client, you have proof of concept that you could put in there. And then you can change these to be legible. You can also change the transparency. So if I click on the photo, I hit transparency, woo, that's kind of cool. Then I can still see my logo, and I can see, what is there. And so it's pretty simple to pull in different elements to customize it however you want for your business and for your needs and for your clients. So then what's the best part about Canva is that you don't even have to take it anywhere. So then all I have to do is hit print business cards delivered to your doorstep. So simple. I can choose how I want to customize it, front page, back page. If you just want one front, you could delete one side. You can choose your paper type, standard, premium, deluxe, your paper finish, matte, gloss, or uncoated, and then how many you want. And I think this is the best part because I personally don't hand out like 200 business cards. So 50 is great for me, and I don't have to get 100. And I know Vistaprint and some other, you have to get like 100, 200. And then they have discounts, and then shipping is free for like 2-week shipping. But if you need it rushed, then you pay more. And I actually these were my business cards that I designed in Canva, and they turned out great. So I'm really happy with Canva and can personally attest to them. Are there any other business card questions? And then I can move on to the next question in the last 5 minutes that we have. I know there's probably tons of questions.
Not seeing anything else on business cards.
Okay.
But I think creating a logo in Canva would be, can you upload your own logo? So
absolutely.
Yeah. So doing that.
Yes, let me do a quick import. So if I'm in any image space, and I go to projects, maybe that's on it. There is a folder section. So you can create and organize your folders however you need. So this could be uploads. They have a separate uploads folder for this just to save time. You go here, and then I click select files, and then I hit it, and then I can pull in anything I need for my video files. And then, hold on. Oops. Mine are off limits. Hold on. Okay, so I could pull in the sample. I didn't fully prepare for the logo today, but I have uploaded logos. So you can upload the logo that way. And then there's logos here. And then again, if you have the different folders, so for mine, I can upload all of these different logos and then grab and drop them in at any time. All I have to do is click on it, and then I just pop it into my design however I need. So logos are super easy to import and add in. And then to create a logo, you go back to the main page, you hit logo. And there are tons. You can also do magic design. You can insert media if you have like a base image or something that you want to do. You can go that way. Again, I haven't prepped for this, so I don't have any media ready to go. But you can, grab it and create it from blank. So if there's a design that you love, just try it out, right? Say you want to customize this template.
So there's a question, will the logo colors from the uploaded logo be recognized by Canva?
Yes,
the answer is yes. Yeah.
Absolutely. Really cool feature of Canva. If you go to your brand templates and then you go to So say I wanted to use this, okay, that didn't work. So you can go to your brand. We're gonna go back to home. Brand hub. And then, so you go to Dances with Tech. And then they have automatically filtered out the colors from my logo. And then I added in some other colors. And I cross-reference this constantly. Whenever I update website designs for myself or my clients, I actually add in their folders into Canva so that I can pull the hex codes at any time, whenever I need them. And so it'll automatically like match the colors, and then you can grab them and put them in whenever you need them. So you could do that, you know, for the same for this. So once you export the design, which I also want to make sure I get to in like the next 2 minutes, you can import it and then it'll find the colors for you. So there's tons and tons of options. The other thing is that most images within Canva will show you all of the colors and you can modify them however you want, which is really cool. So you could play, say it's, you know, Arizona Studio or Arizona Consulting Firm or whatever you want. You put the name here, you can go to elements, you can look at, there's tons of like lines and shapes that you can go through, pull those in. You can go into graphics, pull some graphics in. I tend to be really careful about using graphics unless it's for like an Instagram story post, because you're not going to see the graphics, anything that moves, and you're trying to export a still image, it's not going to translate, obviously. And then, so the graphics and stickers, same with that. But then there's other cool, you know, like these are some cool options that you could pull in, and you could change, customize whatever you wanted. So there's lots of ways you can do that. But then export, let me make sure I tell you how to save your stuff for yourself on your computer. So you hit share, which is kind of counterintuitive to me. And then you hit download. And then there's tons of file types. I recommend PNG just point blank. And also PNG is really great because you can click this button for a transparent background. And then what it'll do is it'll download only the image and the text and no black background or whatever background that you've selected. Usually you would maybe just change this to white to make it a little bit easier for the platform to recognize that it's going to be transparent. So then you hit download, transparent background. You can choose your size for as large as or small as you want. I usually stick around like 500 by 500 is good, or 300 by 375 is a little small. So 500 by 500 is great for logos. Hit download, and then it'll download. It'll let you know when it's complete. You can save it wherever you want. And then again, you can hit share. It's letting me come back. There we go. Hit download, and then you can, you know, export it to whatever you need. If you need it for print, they have a really great options for printing that you can customize, flatten, include notes, color profile. So you can get really technical if you want to. For Instagrams, just remember that GIFs aren't allowed on Instagram. You can only export as an MP4 video to have any kind of moving image. So any of the stickers or the fun graphics that you want that have movement, you have to export as an MP4 video because Instagram does not recognize GIFs. Very interesting.
Ree,
Yes.
there's a question here because we'd mentioned AI, and maybe it's not clear, but a lot of the tools you're using actually are have AI built into them.
Yes.
And especially the logo creation. So there was a question about, you know, yes, we are out of time. This is running over. Is there a tutorial link that they can view? And so maybe that's what we can do is find a tutorial on using the AI features in Canva. There is a text to image feature. I don't know if you've got a little bit of time, if people want to just hang on a little tiny bit.
Well, we also reviewed that in the last AI presentation. So I actually say go ahead and go back to the when we presented on ChatGPT.
That's true.
AI software. I did a lot of time in text to image there. So I would say just go back to that one. But then again, in the learn section, I bet that if you were to go further, further into the design school or the Canva blog, and then just search, like look around and try to find stuff or like AI in Canva and see what
They don't-
happens.
Yeah.
No,
But we'll
they don't have
send
it, but
you,
yeah, we'll find something.
we'll send you the link to the ChatGPT video that we did a few weeks ago, because Ree did cover using AI in Canva, and the text to image, she did cover that. So
Yeah. So thanks for
Yeah.
sticking with me. I know I talk really fast. I get excited and I want to cover. There's just so much to cover in Canva. But I hope that was helpful. I don't know. I think I'm sharing my whole screen, so I was trying not to read the images. Here, let me stop the share and then come back to Zoom and now read the chat. Yes, tons and tons of questions. Again, if you would like some like one-on-one support, we could set up, like a meeting. I'd be happy to meet with people and help you, walk you through Canva. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. There's so much.
there's just a lot we can do with Canva, but we are running out of time. Let me just quickly get back to the PowerPoint. So for those of you who are not SBDC clients, then what I wanted to do was simply share, and we've covered the questions. I just want to share how you can access counseling services. Because this is an online webinar, it's possible that you could be not in Maricopa County, but you might be somewhere else in the state of Arizona. And as I said, we have 10 centers in the state. If you just look up SBDC near me, if you're in Tucson or you're in Yavapai County or you're in Flag, you'll find that there's an SBDC near you and you can register with them. For Maricopa, then please go to www.maricopa-sbdc.com and you'll see that there's a button to request counseling. Our focus is really working with clients one-on-one and building a long-term relationship. So we're not, while we can simply answer a question and maybe that's only 1 or 2 sessions and you don't need us anymore, we're really here to be with you from every stage of your business, help you start the business, help you grow the business, help it mature, and even help you exit the business. And that's what our counselors are skilled at. We have a wide variety of expertise. And so that's the purpose. We set up an initial counseling, we find out what your goals and objectives are, and then we schedule follow-on sessions, usually on a monthly basis, unless there's urgency, and then it could be more frequently. And then we track your business goals. The SBA does require that we gather some information from clients that we're working with on a periodic basis. And so we'll be asking for that. But nothing is tied directly to you. It's just raw numbers. It's aggregate numbers that we report back to the SBA in terms of how many people we've helped, how many unique clients, how many jobs were created, how much investment capital was created, what's the economic impact that we've helped produce. And that's really what we're reporting to the SBA on a quarterly basis. And that would be the end of our session here. Thank you so much for joining us. We did go a little bit over. Thanks for hanging in there while we had some tech difficulties. And please join us again for another session.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.